Check us out on Patreon, guys, where we give you our exclusive access to all of our videos, 186 videos and counting. We just updated it. That's why I know how many videos is on there.
Bangers too, though. Bangers. You know, nothing too shabby. I mean, I don't know, like a Led Zeppelin marathon. We got Metallica on there, some Megadeth stuff. You know, I'm just saying. Just throwing that out there, man. So if you're interested, definitely check that out, guys. The link for that will be in the description.
What's up, guys? Your boys are back. I'm Ryan, my man George.
What's shit, guys? How you living out there, man? Shout out to the free thinkers, of course, man.
Yeah, man.
What are we doing, man? Why haven't we?
Dude, I don't know why we didn't. We never
done perfect circle. Yeah. Sometimes we have these moments like when we go back and we're like
of course, yeah, of course, yeah. Like
we love Judith, which was just excellent.
Yeah,
love that song. That's still on the plays. I actually play it too. Yeah. So it's like I have constant reminders of Perfect Circle, and I'm like, never thought to do another reaction from them for whatever reason.
But before we get into it, as always, shout out to everybody that's helping us beta test the Deaf to Radio site.
Yes, sir.
And everyone that's been following us on Deaf to Radio,
yes.
Our Instagram, we changed it from Lost in Vegas to Deaf DEAF. #2 radio. It's still in beta. So if you're looking to help artists get some kind of exposure by listening to music and rating music, check us out on Deaf to Radio.
The information for all of that will be in the description, guys, man. So getting into, a perfect circle here. So this album, The 13th Step, came out in 2003. We did Judith off of Amour des Noms. I could be wrong on that.
That's pretty good if it's good.
It's wrong. It's always wrong. It's Amour des Noms. You know, somebody that knows. Like we said, man, we kind of hit it around to it's one of those bands for what I don't know how this slipped under the radar. Man. We got so much love from doing the Judith song, and so many people have reached out to us over time to get back to a perfect circle, and for whatever reason they just slipped through the cracks, and that's just no excuse for it. So I'm excited about it, man. We chose this song, The Outsider, because it's the #2 listen song on the streaming platform that we listen to. So it's #2, so that's why we picked it. So let's get into it. A Perfect Circle, The Outsider.
That bass is nasty. That bass is so nasty.
Yeah, that shit.
So far, I know we just started it, but that shit is the first thing that grabbed me. I'm like, that shit is nasty.
The bass is nasty. And I like the chords at the beginning, too.
Yeah.
It really doesn't take long for us to kind of be like, yeah, this is that. Yeah, this is about to be out of here.
Yeah, dude.
Now, songs have been known to take
a drastic detours,
and we're like, oh, well, it started good and then it didn't end good. But typically, when we like songs, it doesn't take long for us to be like, yeah, this is probably gonna be a song that we like. It just sounds good right off the bat. The chords, the bass when that came in, yeah, let's
run that shit all the way back, all the way back.
Yeah, yes.
If you can, it's just that this is not.
That bass. Fuck everybody else. Fuck everybody else.
Why though? Why is that shit?
I'm
that
like,
little
fuck
bit.
everybody else. I'm just joking.
Why is that?
I'm just wilding out.
It's not even that much to it, but it's something about how when they drop the bass in this, it's something about that's just nasty though.
You know, it's
that shit, they killed that. I don't know what it is. Sometimes it's hard to even explain. It just,
I'm telling you,
because you wouldn't think. The reason why I'm saying this, Ryan, I'm gonna let you get your shit off, because Ryan has gotten up out of his seat for shit that seems to be worthy of getting, like, it just seems like, okay, yeah, that's obvious why that made Ryan get up or why that made me go crazy. This isn't really as obvious, right?
It's not, man.
But you got up, and I felt the same. I'm like, this
shit is just so nasty. And I know I said fuck everybody else. I was clearly in the moment, guys. I'm joking. I'm not.
I was gonna take that out. We're gonna edit that out.
But the reason why I said that, though, George, that was my knee-jerk reaction, like, fuck everybody else, the bassist is killing that, is because George was like, you were like, you know what, I like the guitar work. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds good. He's like, no, the bass or the drumming. I was like, yep, that does sound good. But then when that bass, I was like, yeah, no, but it ain't nothing fucking with that damn bass.
The bass it's just chunky, man.
And
I
just
don't
the
know.
way that came in, but they all did their thing. I love it all in totality, guys, because without those other instruments, the bass coming in wouldn't have the same effect.
Yeah.
So everything's important. But I just wanted to clarify when I was like, fuck everything. It's not fuck everybody, but it's just the way that you said that. I'm
Fuck,
like,
fuck the guitars. Fuck
no.
When the vocals come in, fuck that shit too. No, but I get it though. I get it.
But all of it together is what brought that together, and the bassist, the way that groove is so fucking nasty.
Who
that
is
shit
everybody?
is so nasty.
Who is everybody? Besides Maynard, we know Maynard. You know what I'm saying? But
So who is everybody? Yeah.
let's get everybody out the way, man. We got Jordy White. We got on the bass. We got Josh Freezy on the drums. Billy Howardell on the guitar. We want to get to know these people,
Dude.
man. And we obviously got Maynard.
Did you say Jordy?
Jordy, I believe. I could be wrong, but it looks like it's Jordy.
Man. But everyone's doing their thing. But that is just what's grabbing us the most, man. That shit is just nasty.
Yeah, man.
Play that shit back.
Yeah, one more time.
Help me if you can.
That shit sounds.
Just that this is not the way I'm wired, so could you please?
Yeah, buddy.
Layla.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm sorry. No, we're not getting to the song, man. yo.
Yep.
Stop watching the video then.
That
Stop
shit.
watching it. We're going to keep stopping this shit. Playlist.
Oh, that shit is.
Now, it could be revoked if the song settles in and it's not hot. But right now, I'm taking a chance. I'm going to gamble on playlist.
That shit, I'm gonna be bumped. If this shit stays hot like this, the way I feel about it, I'm going to bump this all night long.
This shit.
Seriously, this is gonna be on. I'm gonna be banging this all night long.
And it has a fucking like grungy feel, grungy 1990s Seattle scene feel to it as well. Like it's a certain fucking cellar, fucking dungeon darkness to it as well. Like, yeah, man, let's. That was the last time. I just really want y'all to understand that we really
That shit is so nasty.
yeah, not
man.
bullshitting you. Yeah,
Jeez.
we gonna let it rock, but playlist, and it could be revoked. It doesn't always stay on the playlist. Right now, it's playlist. Shout out to the drums too.
Help me if you can. It's just that this is not the way I'm wired, so could you please help me understand why you're giving in to all these
They are rocking you the fuck out. This is dope.
desires. You're rocking to yourself again. Suicidal in the soul. Think about it. Cut it out off all night. What it take to get it through to you, precious. But when it's why you wanna throw it away like this. Such a misfortune, I wanna watch you disconnect and self-destruct one bullet at a time. What's your rationale? Everyone will perish day to die.
This is fucking fire.
It is.
Medicated, drama queen, picture perfect non-belligerence, narcissistic, drama queen, craving fame and now it's decadence. Lying through your teeth again, suicidal in the soul.
The transition.
I love everything about this song.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Maynard's approach. I love the guitar work, drum work, bass work, to transitions. I love everything about the song.
And George, I didn't think that if they transitioned out of that groove that we loved, that I would still appreciate it as much.
Yeah.
You said it best, man. I do love everything else that they're doing in this song. The way that they're transitioning, and even the proggy progressional type of grooves that they're choosing.
Syncopation, the odd time signatures, yeah.
Within the transitions.
Yes.
Because they're still changing up the time signatures in the transitions as well. So
it's nasty.
There's a lot going on from a mechanically,
Technical.
from a technical standpoint. But this shit is so unconventional, but groovy as hell, but still technical. This is that perfect
beautiful marriage.
Balance.
Yes.
This is that perfect balance, man.
You nailed that.
It's
That's
dope.
exactly what it is.
I love this
because I'm trying to get a groove in it, and I'm grooving, but I can't catch anything. But I appreciate the fact that I can't catch the groove.
Yep.
But I hear the groove. So it's
and they
like
just keep changing you up, and you just giving you. Yeah, it's just nasty.
Come
this
on,
shit
bro.
is just nasty, man.
Let's keep it going.
Yeah, that is nasty. That is just so nasty. And they're keeping you guessing. Yeah, that's fun. These motherfuckers are nasty. These motherfuckers are nasty, man.
Why do we sleep?
These motherfuckers.
Yo, we were snoring on a perfect circle, and we had no reason to snore.
Dude,
Judith was crazy.
Let me tell y'all something, and I'm sure that you guys know this about us by now. The word motherfucker is not necessarily always used in a negative context. When I say these motherfuckers are the truth, that means that is the utmost compliment any black man can give you. Let me say it like that. if a black man comes to like, man, these motherfuckers are off the chain, that motherfucker just told you're godlike. You better take that as the utmost respect. There's no higher respect a black man can give you.
Yeah, you don't gotta look at your necklace or anything. You know what I'm saying? Is my chain broken?
Man, I'm just really enjoying this shit, man.
They're going crazy.
And the way that they're going in and out of the transitions is just beautiful, and it keeps you guessing. It keeps you guessing in a good way, because there's videos that we've done in the past that I'm like, yeah, that transition, I don't know where that came from, and it's keeping me.
Didn't know that was coming, but wish it didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Wish that transition didn't come. You said keeps you guessing, and I think that just nails what's happening here, man. I haven't been able to catch the groove in a way. I'm catching it now because I kind of know what's coming now.
Right.
But groove-wise, transition-wise, just the transition even into the chorus. Maynard's got, this is some of the best I've heard from Maynard vocally. I just love the grit in his voice.
Yep.
I love the dynamic, the dynamics in the guitar work. The drumming is great, and the bass is still again just giving that sound, giving the song that depth. That I feel like we really loved about it, and that chunkiness. And it feels, it's a rock song. I guess it's gonna be considered rock. But it's got a good it's got some solid heaviness to it as well.
Yes, it does.
You know, so, and then lyrically.
Even the way Maynard is singing it is aggressive at times.
Aggressive, you know what I'm saying? But he's also doing such a great job with the melody in this as well. So it's just, and he's just unique. He's got such a unique voice, man. So this is a great marriage of so many different things. And I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. This is gonna be probably one of my favorite songs with high replay value. I know I'm gonna play this joint. It just bangs. We'll get into the lyrics. I think we'll just wait Because there's some heavy stuff seems like that he's talking about in the lyrics, and I don't know if it's about some sort of suicide or something like that. We'll try to kind of give our take on the lyrics after the song, but let's just let this rock out though, bro.
So nasty.
One more time on that transition.
This is so fucking nasty,
the
dude.
scream into that transition, that was just nasty. But one more time, man. That is the time signature. Yeah, they killed that.
They did.
Killed that. I put that on my playlist before the song.
That shit is so nasty. I cannot wait to play this shit loud.
Banging that. Super, super eternal playlist. And I don't need to think about it. I don't need to sit with the shit and listen to it 20 times. Like, this is automatic. Automatic.
This shit is nasty, man. This shit is nasty. And when this is our first time hearing it, and I'm listening to this and everything that is happening, I can't wait to go back to listen to it to further digest more parts that I didn't catch on the first listen.
That's a fact.
I can't wait to do this. This is playlist, man. This is just dope.
They rock the fuck out. It's got everything you want in a great song, man. I mean, it's got complexity to it. It's got, it's not overly complex, but it's got technique and skill. The transition game is great. It's super creative in terms of, the bass work and how they transitioned into the chorus. I think the lead singer, just the aggression and the melody that he chose, and it's just rocked out. You know what I'm saying? The guitar work is great and creative. The dynamics, where they placed everything, great. And even seems like the lyricism is heavy, because I know Judith was very heavy,
right?
In regards to Maynard's mom, because the song started in the first verse by saying, "Help me. If you can, it's just that this is not the way I'm wired. So could you please help me understand why you've given into all these reckless, dark desires," right? And then you skip down here again, and he mentions words like suicidal imbecile.
Yeah. I love that pre-chorus.
Yeah, the pre-chorus is great. You're pounding on a fault line,
yes,
which I think is just really, really poetic writing, right? Pounding on a fault line, right? Like, what is a fault, right? It creates earthquakes, right? The faults that break. So you're flirting with death and disaster, right? Then skipping down here again, it says in the chorus, disconnect, self-destruct, one bullet at a time. What's your rush now? Everyone will have his day to die. So it just seems like Maynard is on the outside looking in to someone maybe that he cares about that is trying to kill themselves. They seem to be very suicidal in some type of way. But he seems to be frustrated with it. He cares so much. You know how you care so much about somebody, man, and you just can't understand how they could not want to try to save themselves. And he's letting his frustration almost get the better of him. When he calls that person a suicidal imbecile, like, you're stupid. Like, it's almost like your brother, somebody you love so much. Like, don't be stupid. Don't do this to yourself, right? And that's kind of how I'm taking the song in general. Is Maynard seems to be, from the outside looking in, man, somebody that he cares about. Is just, they're suicidal, and he's frustrated, he's hurt by it, and you hear the grit. Kind of like with Judith, it just seems like a lot of how he addresses his hurt and his pain is through anger. And but it doesn't mean that he doesn't love. It's coming from a place of love, but it's also being sort of showcased via frustration and anger, which is, I think, real, and which is what a lot of people I don't really see that perspective showcased in the music a lot. It's usually sympathy and empathy. But you care so much about this person, and you feel like there's so much more than this, but they continue to kill themselves. So I love the way that he sung this, and it seems to be a marriage, and correspond to what the lyrics seem to be saying. That's how I'm taking the song off of first listen. Medicated drama queen. I mean, it's just a lot in here that I really want to sit with and break down. But that's kind of what I'm getting out of it off of first listen.
I agree with you, George. Man, I really feel like the way Maynard sang this, he's frustrated with someone that is flirting with death, and it seems like it's addiction to me. Because when you look at one bullet at a time, it's almost like you're playing Russian roulette. Is that what that is?
Yeah, Russian roulette.
Is that what that is with a gun? I don't know if that's the right
Russian
term
roulette,
for that.
You put a bullet in a gun, and
Right,
then
right.
You're flirting with death, essentially, right?
Right,
Playing
exactly,
everything.
exactly. So I hope I'm using that.
That's
term
great,
correctly.
though, that you pointed that line out. One bullet at a time.
Yep.
I think it's just written really well.
Exactly, because you don't know which bullet's gonna kill you, right? So to me, it sounds like drugs, but you can associate this with anything. When he says, "What's the rush now?" Everyone has their day to die. We only live to die.
That's
Think
correct.
about that, right? We are born. The second we are born, we're inevitably going to die.
Yeah.
So what's the rush? Why are you speeding up death? You're gonna
Don't
die.
worry, it's gonna come.
It's gonna right. It's gonna
It'll
happen.
come.
It's gonna happen. What's the rush? Whether it's food, whether it's drugs, whether it's smoking, whatever. There's so many things in the world that we do on a constant basis that we know is bad, but we continue to do. So I feel like that's where the frustration comes from. It's like, are you a fucking idiot? Everyone knows the things that you're supposed to do.
We know, we subconsciously know.
You know.
What we should be doing.
You know.
What we shouldn't be doing. You know what I'm saying?
know,
Or
but-
consciously know.
But we just choose not to do it.
Yeah.
You know, so I just think that that's such a poetic way to write that,
writing.
to really foster good communication with people in general. No matter, you can apply this to whatever. We all have our own vices.
And I agree with that, Ryan. And you know what I love about this writing is that it's poetic, it's real, and it's not so cryptic that it can't be helpful to someone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's talking about something that's very important, maybe personal to him, but I think a lot of people can hear this and maybe it can wake them up. You know what I mean? And get them to realize maybe what whatever their addictions are, that it's they're harming themselves, man, and they can end up in a quick grave. So I love that it's written well, but it's very understated. I hope.
I know. We could be way the fuck off.
No, he's talking about the government and shit. Okay. It's written well, it's clever, it's intelligent, but it's also something that I feel like you can get it. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's important when we're talking about something like this heavy. So the emotion that Maynard had in this song, the way he sung this as well, man, that can't be understated, along with the writing, the guitar work, everything in this song, man. This is a super playlist.
Can't wait to get to more of Perfect Circle.
No. No more sleeping.
Yeah,
no more
in general.
Sleeping. They might fuck around and get a marathon, and they make another one like this. We'll see. But shout out to everybody that's been requesting a Perfect Circle, though. We have seen those requests, and we'll definitely be getting back to them. That's the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And also, guys, we have a Patreon channel. If you're interested, it will allow you to get exclusive access to our content. The link for that will be in the description. I'm George. That's Ryan. Las Vegas.
We out.